Hello and welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Adam Pellerin, Billy Jaffe, Barry Peterson. Love to see it. Love to see it. 4-1 your final in Toronto after an awful game on Saturday night. The Bruins respond in a big way.
Yes, and I mean, you want to talk about the complete antithesis of an effort. Literally, I mean, you couldn't have, it was the most civil game, or from game to game, split personality that the Bruins have. I mean, like, you want to go from a game where they could do nothing right and had no compete to a game where they earned everything. And finally, thankfully, a full 60-minute effort, Barry, post All-Star break. And by the way, that was the cleanest, calmest, least violent 106-hit game I've
never seen that before. But agreeing with you wholeheartedly, this was one of their better efforts of the year. Best effort 60 minutes since the All-Star game, for sure. We talked about the pregame, how they needed the compete level to be picked up. We talked about team defense. When you're playing a team like that, they slowed Toronto down. They made some great plays, a great stick, great compete level one-on-one, doing the little things, specialty teams. Great goaltending, and the top six, right from the get-go, the top six forwards led by example.
And how about this too, Bear? They handled the push, and they didn't allow for the multiple goals. They took a few a few pushes from Toronto, who's got unbelievable talent, we know, in the Marners and Matthews and Nylanders, et cetera. But they said, it's okay, we're going to reset, we're going to be all right. Swayman made a few saves, and they handled it. Very impressive, again, given what we didn't see the other night.
Look, the Maple Leafs haven't been shut out this year. They've scored one goal now 5 times on the year. They had a 1-0 win over the Jets back in January. The last time they had scored one on a loss was back in October. The Bruins getting it done against the team of the last 10 games. Talked about it, scoring nearly 5 goals per game. And you talked about the compete level for the Bruins. They were winning battles tonight.
It was lovely to watch. It really was. It was so nice. It was, I mean, you want to talk, it wasn't, you know, we always say to the kids, it's not the first, the second, it's the third time. You got to be willing to keep at it. And they all did it. Boy, Geeky was good early on. We'll show his goal, but right there, a couple of guys getting involved there, taking hits to make a play.
Come right back.
Love seeing that, Barry. And there's the support. We had a lot of good puck support in this game.
They really did. And what we always talk about too, Billy, you want to be a good checker, you got to be moving your feet. The Bruins were really skating well, dumping the pucks into good areas. If you're going to beat Toronto, you got to get pucks in their end. But look at Body. McAvoy was physical, of course, all night, which is not a big surprise. There you got Jake standing up, allowing the team to reverse it back out through the neutral zone. Marchand was competing in the corners. He was doing his job, taking the Body. Watch this little start to third period. Body, great pass out to Coyle. Oh, almost. That was the captain leading by example right from the get-go.
Seriously, what else are you noticing? I mean, when they got the puck all game long, they didn't screw around with it. A couple of times, we saw the low-ride turnover. I mean, a couple of mistakes are going to happen, but the energy that they got in the battles, I think, led to them having energy to move the puck, and to Barry's point, moving their feet all the time. It was moving all over the ice instead of waiting, holding, hoping. None of that in this game.
And you actually felt better even as the game wore on. They had the lead. You didn't really, get overly nervous because you could see that in the compete level, you could see the confidence, you could see them making plays and following through on the physicality of things. They were with it. They had the charge going right from the get-go.
Maple Leafs had a power play opportunity at the start of the game in the first period, and you're thinking to yourself, oh man, this Maple Leafs power play has been something else, especially over the last 10 games, 38.5%, and then for the season second in the league at 28.4%. But the PK for the Bruins was up to the task.
It was, and to add it to that scare that you just talked about with Toronto, the Bruins penalty killing had really struggled, obviously, after the All-Star game, but they did a great job. This is early, Billy. This is, early in the first period. You've struggled. Things aren't going well for you the last few games. You've been playing well right now, and you have an opportunity here to kill this, and you not only kill it and not allow any power play shots against you, you get 2 good shorthanded opportunities for you.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like their forwards, Barry, were a little bit more aggressive in this game, killing penalties, and perhaps that just allowed these type of plays just to get eliminated before the Bruins got exploited or potentially exploited middle of the ice down low, where we know they have on the PK. They never, Toronto had 1 or 2 good look sets on the PP. That's obviously going to happen with such a high offensively skilled team. But overall, the Bruins, hey, even right there, I'm not saying it was easy, but Swayman was able to make that save. There's guard protection in front of the net. Here you go, middle of the eye, and then then Matthews doesn't flub it, but the puck bounces on him. But overall, the Bruins boxed out when they needed to. They made some good plays, but I thought their forwards were really, really good on the PK and stick work as well.
Yeah, but Billy, as you mentioned about the PK and the importance, and Brick always talks about the timeliness. The end of the first period, Toronto's got their push going. You know, it's 2-0. Okay, here they come. And then that penalty carries over into the second period. What'd you have, a minute 22?
Yeah.
And you had to kill that. You kill that right there, all of a sudden you don't give Toronto any momentum. Toronto scores there early in the second. On that power play, all of a sudden that could change the momentum big time. But the specialty teams were key tonight.
Leafs are 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. And then they carried that momentum over from that first penalty kill because Morgan Geeky and that line getting the job done. Actually, I think at this point after the penalty kill, you had some jumbled lines here, but David Pastrnak was on the ice.
Yeah, because Pastrnak doesn't kill penalties,
right.
So he's going to get out there. And it's just a gorgeous look pass over to Geeky, who gets, I guess, kind of stealthier, as I like to say. But you're going to see right here, all of a sudden, Toronto on a change. They're back. They go into their zone defense. They're guarding their quadrants almost. Meanwhile, you get 3, if not 4 guys at them on one half of the ice. That leaves Geeky, who waits patiently. See, Geeky's going to wait. You don't see him just yet. He's out of the screen. Now he's waiting, and then he comes in slowly. He's waiting to time it with Pasternak's, we can call him Pastrnak there, as he brings the puck over. Actually, if we're in Canada, we would call him.
Yeah, well, that's what Razor calls
That's
him.
right.
Pasta. Take a look at the last 7 games for Morgan Geeky. Obviously had the hat trick against the Golden Knights, but 5 goals in the last 7 games. Now has 14 goals on the year. Again, going in, his career high was 9 goals. So Morgan Geeky continues to produce. And then a storyline going into the game was whether or not Pavel Zacha was going to play, and all he did was score 2 goals tonight.
In that situation, too, where you just talked about Pasta here, this is the compete level that we hadn't seen on the power play. And a great job there, winning some battles. Jake gets the puck down to Pasta, and he goes to the net, as you talked about, Billy. That creates the big seam in the middle of the ice for Zacha. Look at the speed. Some entries here tonight we commented on, on the power play with some speed, moving your feet, winning some battle. Jake comes over, gives support, pass to Pasta, go to the net, bring everybody with them. Big power play goal.
Oh, man. I wish I still had games to coach with the kids this year, because I'd also show them all the things that you just said, but the way that Zacha stays above the pile, so to speak, above the play, and waits patiently. If he gets too excited and he gets even 4 or 5 feet too low, there's a good chance the pass either doesn't connect with him or it's just too quick, he can't make it. He waits above it, he gets it, and then because of Jake sliding through the slot, he has a clean shot to the net.
And his line was excellent tonight as well. And his second goal was case in point later on in the game, in the third period.
Yeah, as the Bruins end up getting it out, they're going to Heinen, who had an excellent game, helps bump it in, and then here you go. Pastrnak gets it, waits. And again, there's a thing about being too close to the net and too aggressive around it. You've got to earn your ice there. But again, you see Zacha, he stays just enough away, hovers just away. But it's a good hands to Pastrnak, not once but twice, picks it up, little swivel behind the net, flings it to the front, and then Pastrnak fast gets put in by Zacha. But overall, the Bruins in this line, by Danton Heinen.
What a great job he did forecheck again, defending in his own end, Heinen tonight. And, he got an assist on this goal here. Zacha with his 2 goals, and Pasta with his 3 assists. Yeah. And I think more, just as importantly, too, for him, Billy, we know he's on his game when he has 7 shots on goal.
Exactly.
Subaru star of the game is Pavel Zacha. Take a look at the numbers on the road against the Maple Leafs. They are very good. And Zacha scoring his first goal since February 8th. That was against Vancouver at the Garden. But you mentioned David Pastrnak, a 3-assist night. He's standing by with Sophia.
David, what was your favorite part of your team's effort in this game?
I think the whole game, we finally put up a good 60 minutes. We did had a little hiccup, but I think every single period, we were focusing to put a good 60, and I think we did it for about 58 and a half minutes, which is a huge step forward. So it's a big win for our team.
3 assists for you tonight. Just heard it was your 13th game with 3 assists, but especially on that Pavel Pavel Zacha, that second goal, it felt like the Leafs were kind of focused on you, looking for you. They obviously have to respect you when you have the puck, but do you notice when that happens, when you've got a couple of guys on you or they're in your zone and you're able to pass it clear?
Yeah, I saw Pav the whole time, so I was actually screaming my lungs out to JD to give me the puck, because JD did a heck of a job bringing it to the net-ish and had like 2 or 3 guys on him, so I was kind of like behind the goal line, so I wanted the puck because I saw Pav was wide open, so obviously with his shot heavy like that, it was a big goal.
You guys obviously leading 3-0 in the season series, wrapping it up on Thursday. You looking forward to seeing them again? You like these tighter, close games with rivals like that?
Yeah, 100%. It's always fun games against Toronto. Especially it's always for a big point. So we're excited. Those games are always special. It's like you said, divisional rival. So can't wait for them to come back to the Garden.
All right, that's Thursday. Thanks, Pasta.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David Pastrnak with a 90-point campaign for the second straight season. Take a look at the all-time consecutive 90-point seasons. There is a name that looks kind of familiar on that list. And it's Bobby Orr. No. Barry Peterson, 3 consecutive 90-point seasons. That is 4th all-time in Bruins history.
How about Espo was 7? Like it was nothing.
Nothing, right?
There's a lot of Espo numbers that you look at and say, how about that?
God.
Yeah, the 40-goal seasons.
How about his passing? I mean, it's really. I mean, we always knew he passed well before, but it seems like this year it's been even more noticeable. We keep going back to so much was questioned about coming into this year, how the goals were going to be scored. Everybody kept saying they're going to focus on Pastrnak. It's going to be hard. Well, they have focused on him, but he's allowed his teammates to help get involved even more with his passing.
We got to be close to almost 50%, right, of the offense kind of goes through him, high 40s.
Sure.
That goes through him, and it's a testament to him. And as we talk in the pregame, again, we can't overemphasize enough that the top guys had to come through.
Big time.
I mean, this was one of those ones where you're watching the video and you're looking at each other going, boys, turn it off. We got to have a little talk here. We got to have a better effort. We got to lead by example. It's got to start with us guys right here. Man, right from the get-go, they had it going. What did Pasta say? 58.5 minutes instead of the 60? Okay, that's close.
I'll take it.
We'll take that.
Yeah, 52 assists now on the season, which matches a career high, which he set last year. All right, plenty more to come here on Bruins Overtime Live. More reaction from this one in Toronto. Bruins with a big win, and we will hear Brick's conversation with Jim Montgomery on the other side.
Bruins Overtime Live on Nesson is presented by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com.